If you want to grow your membership quickly, one of the best and most effective things that you can do is to nail your messaging. Meaning, what are you going to say that is naturally going to attract people to what you have to offer? If you're stuck trading time for dollars, or you just aren't sure how to turn your skills into a lasting business, well, in this free 6-part YouTube series, we're sharing a sneak peek inside the membership experience. This is a proven system that's helped thousands of people build profitable memberships. And if you missed a lesson, just check the description to start from the beginning. Otherwise, let's get into today's lesson. For the purpose of this lesson, I want to walk you through a really simple but powerful exercise that has proven to create very compelling messaging that is going to be highly effective in helping you be able to communicate what you do in such a way that people get it and want it. So we're gonna go to the board and I'm gonna break this down, and I encourage you to participate in real time. And I want you to think of the things that I'm gonna share in real time as they relate to your market. So just follow along as we go through this lesson. And if you do, at the end of it, you'll have a very effective tool to begin using. Let's go. So what we're gonna walk through is something that I call a messaging map. And what we're doing is we're painting a very simple picture of their now world, like what your market is thinking, feeling, and doing right now, and their future world in terms of what they will be thinking, feeling, and doing in the future after experiencing the benefits of your membership. Really what we're focused on here is that if we can create a contrast between these two worlds, the bridge becomes your membership. Meaning people naturally see the difference between where they are now, where they want to be in the future, and the way to get there is by joining your membership. So let's just take an example. Let's say that we are serving somebody who wants to learn how to paint. And we're using single words or short phrases that describe what somebody is thinking, feeling, and doing. They might be thinking, I am not an artist, right? They might be feeling overwhelmed. And they may not be taking any action. They may be watching a lot of tutorials, not doing anything. And maybe they've bought like a whole bunch of, bought lots of supplies. That's something that they're doing. Bought supplies, but not using any of them. So if we begin to paint a picture, we've got somebody who, inside doesn't feel like they're an artist. They're a bit overwhelmed. They're watching lots of tutorials, but they're not actually doing anything. And the only action that they are taking is they're buying a whole bunch of supplies, and that supply is starting to really stack up. Now we can dig even deeper if we want, and I encourage you to as well. The deeper you go, the more clear picture you paint, and it becomes this feeling for your audience that you know them, you get them, you understand them on a level that they've never been seen or heard before. That is when you begin to really create powerful messaging, because if you do this right, you create trust. Now, that trust immediately gets transferred when you can describe a future that they ideally want. So maybe they have, instead of, doubting themselves, they are confident in their ability as an artist. Maybe they're not overwhelmed, they're clear on how to get started. They're not watching, they are watching and doing and creating all kinds of works of art. And not only that, but they're producing art, and they may even be sharing it with loved ones, and maybe even selling their art. So when we start painting that future picture for our audience, they begin feeling like they're there, and the way to get there is through the bridge, which is our membership. So when we create contrast between these two worlds, it becomes clear why somebody should join our membership and the benefit that they would experience. Now here's where this gets fun. We're now just gonna plug this into a simple positioning statement. You're gonna go back through your list here, and you're gonna circle a few keywords. Maybe it's overwhelmed, not taking action, whatever it is. And then you'll come over here and you're gonna pick 3 words too. Maybe it's confident, clear, and selling, okay? Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these words and we're gonna plug them into this formula, which states, I help market go from now 1, now 2, and now 3 to future 1, future 2, and future 3. So what we're doing is we're creating contrast between two worlds, the now world and the future world, and we're just plugging it into a simple formula. We've taken the messaging map and we've done a brainstorm of single words and short phrases that describe what they're thinking, feeling, and doing. And then we are contrasting that to their future world of what they will be thinking, feeling, and doing in the future, and then plugging it into a simple formula that helps people understand exactly what we do and how we help and how their lives will be better for it. So the messaging map is one of those tools that definitely you are going to iterate on many different times. So I don't want you getting tripped up thinking that it's got to be absolutely perfect the first time around, because the reality of it is you're going to discover different words or different phrases or even different thoughts and feelings that your market are experiencing that you can plug into that messaging map to make it more and more effective. Just know, just start with something. Just start jotting down anything that immediately comes to mind. Bottom line is, when you nail this, oh my gosh, you're gonna nail your messaging, and that is gonna make it so much more effective and easy for people to understand how your membership can serve them, and they're gonna be naturally drawn to it. So what I encourage you to do is do the messaging map. Like, you will see and hear me talk about this many different times. And in fact, we're actually gonna reference this again and again and again in future lessons, both because it influences your content, it also influences your marketing. So this truly is a foundational element, and I encourage you to take the time to do it. But if you only have time to spend on a few things, it's this core 4, and specifically this messaging map. So I'll see you in the next module.